Yo, what's going on, everybody out there? This is Popular Stranger. We are back at you again today with another MLB 16 The Show Diamond Dynasty gameplay. We're also here for another edition of This Week in Baseball. If you're new to the series, this is our weekly series here on YouTube where we talk about everything going on in Major League Baseball over some Diamond Dynasty gameplay. So let's jump right on into the topics, and as always, if you have anything that you want me to go over in the future episode, leave it in the comment section of this one and I'll be sure to get to it. We're going to go all the way back to last Thursday night, so after the last episode came out, unfortunately, the Chicago Cubs had a bad injury. Kyle Schwarber of the Cubs tore his ACL and one of those other weird ligaments in his knee. It was really, really bad. I was actually watching the game live, and I knew it right away. Soon as him and Dexter Fowler collided into each other, just the way he kind of limped and he couldn't get up and he was grabbing at his knee, I knew it was bad, and he is out for the season. Now, in that game, Jean Segura hit 2 home runs. He already had a solo shot earlier in the game. Then that collision happened, and he got an inside-the-park home run, so his second home run of the game. Segura having a pretty good start with the Diamondbacks so far. But the MLB Twitter account posted the video of the inside-the-park home run, and I kind of read the replies to it, and a lot of people were very upset that they posted that and gave Segura his props because Schwarber got hurt on the play. And in my opinion, and again, I watched it live, if Schwarber didn't get hurt, he was still going to get the inside-the-park home run. They collided. Nobody was getting to that ball to make the throw. Even if Dexter Fowler was in Schwarber's position and was able to get up and throw it, they weren't going to get Segura out. So I didn't really understand the hate about that. That was something I notated, and I just wanted to get to it. But you guys let me know how you felt about that one. I'm sorry for all of you Cubs fans that you lost a player, but you guys will be all right. So Monday night, the Reds and the Cubs met up, and the Reds have started off very, very well, guys. They were 5-1. A lot of people gave me hate when I said, wow, the Reds look pretty good when they swept the Phillies. People said they just played the Phillies. Well, they went in and played Pittsburgh very, very tough as well. And then they played Chicago tough Monday night. Brandon Finnegan, who came over from the Cueto trade, had a no-hitter going into the 7th inning. David Ross ended up breaking that one up, and then he had to get taken out of the game. He was way over 100 pitches. I don't even think he would have finished the game even if he had a chance at a no-hitter. But in the, I believe, 7th or 8th inning, Addison Russell hit a big 3-run home run to give the Cubs the lead, and they would eventually win that game. They've now beaten the Reds again. The Reds are on a 2-game losing streak. The Cubs are playing very, very well. We'll talk about them and the standings later on. Trevor Story, a big story in the majors. I talked about him briefly last week. He continued to hit home runs, 7 home runs in 6 games. Not only has he broken a rookie record, because no rookie has ever done anything like this, but no player in Major League Baseball history has ever done anything like this. So pretty amazing. Trevor Story contributed last night, so he hasn't hit a home run in a couple games. But last night he had 2 home runs taken away from him. He got triples off of them, but there's new fences in Coors Field, and I mentioned this in a video I dropped earlier today, that basically took away home runs. He could be sitting at 9 home runs right now if it weren't for those adjustments to the ballpark, but that's okay. He knocked in a couple runs yesterday, contributed with a couple hits. The Rockies beat the Giants. They're whooping up on the Giants right now, 9-1 at the time that I'm recording this video. But Story leads the majors in home runs with 7. Cano has 6. And then there's a bunch of people tied with 4, including Nolan Arenado, who right now should be leading the majors in RBIs. I had it written down that Story led with 13. Arenado was behind him with 12, but he just knocked in 2 today, this afternoon, so that wouldn't be on my list. And then Dre Bruce, Prince Fielder, Matt Kemp, Anthony Rizzo, and Tyler White, who is the reigning Player of the Week. Tyler White from the Astros all have 10 RBI. So a lot of runs being scored in Colorado, a lot of runs being scored for the Rockies, a lot of runs just being scored in general. Speaking of runs, Jared Saltalamacchia, a.k.a. Salty, hit his 100th home run last night. It's not that big of a deal, right? Well, that home run happened to be a grand slam, so that's pretty awesome. He reaches a milestone and also hits a grand slam. Unbelievable. And then today, this afternoon, Phillies rookie Vince Velasquez just goes ham on the Padres. 16 strikeouts, a complete game, 3-hit shutout. He was absolutely fantastic. I did not see the game, but I heard about it. I saw some of the highlights. He looked great. Hopefully the Phillies got themselves a nice young arm in Velasquez. They got Aaron Nola, who's been pretty good so far this season. Phillies, you guys might have a bright future. Hopefully things will pan out for that team. So let's take a look at some of the league leaders. We mentioned home runs and RBIs. Jose Altuve leads the league in stolen bases with 6. Angel Pagan, 12 runs. David Murphy's playing really, really well. He has the best on-base percentage in the majors right now. Playing well. I thought I couldn't really justify the Nationals giving him all that money, but he's playing really, really well. I thought he was just a postseason one-time thing, but nah, he's been playing very good this season as well. A bunch of people tied with wins and pitching, so we're not going to go over that. Velasquez, we mentioned the 16 strikeouts. He has 25 total. He leads the majors in that. Jonathan Papelbon, 5 saves. He leads the majors in that. And the rest of the stuff, there's not really any need to go over it because so early in the season, we can't really determine who's truly a league leader when it comes to pitching. There's a lot of people tied and things like that. So let's talk about the standings here. The Giants are 6-3, leading the National West. They should go to 6-4. My Rockies will go up to 5-4, so it'll only be a game behind them. In the NL East, Washington 6-1. Pretty good start for them. Philadelphia 5-5, just trailing them slightly, but not really. I don't know why I said slightly. They're trailing them by 4 games. In the NL Central, the Chicago Cubs, who my Rockies have to go to and play this weekend, 7-1, winners of 4 straight. They're playing very, very well. Cincinnati's lost 2, but they are trailing there. Good start for the Pirates, and then things didn't go so well. 5-5. AL East, the Baltimore Orioles, I'm sorry that I'm taking this long to mention them. They lost their first game yesterday. They are 7-1, looking very, very good. The Chicago White Sox are 7-2, Tigers 6-2, Royals 6-2, AL Central very competitive, and not so competitive is the AL West. The Angels lead right now with 5-4 record. That's going to wrap it up for this week's edition. Again, leave it in the comments if you've got topics you want me to go over. Peace!